Good morning to one and all. In the previous lecture series, we had discussed about sheet metal, different types of sheet metal operation. Next, we will going to discuss about the various different types of sheet metal operations. The first one is already we had discussed about what is the meaning of shearing, blanking. Now we are going to discuss about punching and also other different types of sheet metal operations and a special forming operation. This is PPT denotes the punching operation. Is here with the help of punch, the force is made to pass into the sheet metal and the required shape is formed in the sheet metal. The typical punching operation in which the cylindrical punch pierces the hole into the sheet. This is also known as the piercing. Next one is the blanking and punching. This image depicts the blanching and punching example. First one is the starting stock produced by shearing operation from the big metal sheet. The second image denotes this is the punch and this is the sheet metal. With the help of punch, the force is created or applied in the sheet metal. This portion is the blank. This portion is the blank. This operation is known as blanking. Here, this part which is removed is the final portion. Whereas in the case of punching, the part which does not remove, this is the scrap, or else this portion is the final part or else a required part. This is the major difference between punching and blanking. Next one is the trimming. It is punching away excess material from the perimeter of the part, such as trimming the flange from the drawn cup. Next important operation is the parting. That means separating a part from the remaining sheet by punching away the material between the parts. That means separation of the parts into two different parts. Next, slitting. Cutting straight line in the sheet. No scrap material is produced in case of slitting. Slitting means just creating a straight line. Next one is the lancing. Creating a partial cut in the sheet as it is denoted in the figure so that no material is removed. The material is left attached to be bent and form a shape such as tab. We can produce tab like structure or we can produce vent like structure or lower latching. Punching the edge of the sheet forming a notch in the shape of the portion of the punch. Next one is the perforating. As it is denoted in the is punching a close arrangement of large number of holes in the single operation is known as the perforating. Next one is the nibbling. Punching a series of small overlapping slits or holes along a path to cut out a larger contour shape is known as nibbling. Next, embossing. Certain designs are embossed on the sheet metal. That means created on the or punched on the sheet metal. This process is known as embossing. Punch and die are of the same contour but in the opposite direction. Next one important operation is the shaving. Shearing away minimal material from the edges of the feature or part using a small die clearance. It is used to improve accuracy or finish. Tolerances of plus or minus 0.025 mm are possible. Next is the cutoff. Cutoff, separating a part from the remaining sheet without producing any scrap is known as the cutoff operation. The punch will produce a cut line that may be straight or it can be an angled or curved part. Next one is the dinking. Dinking, a specialized form of piercing used for punching soft metals. A hollow punch called a dinking die with beveled sharpened edges presses the sheet into the block of wood or soft metal. Next is coining. Similar to embossing with the difference that similar or different impressions are created or obtained on both the sides of the sheet metal. This is the example of coining. Next, deep drawing. Deep drawing is the metal forming process in which sheet metal is stretched into the desired shape as it is shown in the figure. Here, the tool punches downward direction forcing it into the die cavity into the shape of the desired part. This is the deep drawing sequences. This is the step 1. Here the drawing force is applied on the punch. Here it is the step 2. The workpiece or sheet metal is punched or the force is applied in the sheet metal and the final part is created with the help of deep drawing sequence. Next one is the stretch forming. Stretch forming is the metal forming process in which a piece of sheet metal is stretched and bent simultaneously over a die in order to form the large bent parts. This is the sheet metal. Here the two ends of the sheet metal is stretched, that means connected into the sheet metal. The pressure is applied in the upward direction. The final part is produced. Thank you.